level for me. It's 15,3.5. 1,500, 3,500 are the blinds. Final session of the day, which is 2 hours long, so the live stream runs until 12:30 or just beyond, with the amount of number of hands at the end of the night, if they do that over here. We'll keep you informed as to what is happening. Ace Jack for Charles in seat number 6. All in for Alex, should get a call, and he does. Charles in seat number 6 calls a 31,000. And Alex needs to hit to survive. Oh, we've lost one in the first couple of hands of the session. Oh, we've got opportunities. A 10, a 2 to chop, an 8 to survive. There we go. And a 7, let's chop it up. That's how to survive an all-in. That's on the restream. It's a YouTube issue. Obviously, a lot of people trying to having the same problem. Yeah. You normally get in because there's millions around the world. Yeah. If just a quick update, if anybody was watching on YouTube and the pictures went down and you've flicked over to Twitch, it's a YouTube problem and it's worldwide. The worldwide problem on YouTube. So if you're on Twitch now and you moved over from YouTube, good evening. Stay with us. Because thousands of you are watching the live stream from Dublin, the Bonington. So, YouTube's having a problem. A worldwide problem, apparently, in YouTube. So if you have just tuned back in from YouTube over from Twitch, good evening. Hope you're well. It ain't our problem. But we don't like problems. So as soon as the YouTube do get it fixed, the world will let us know, I am sure. Mr. David Lappin come back from his wanderound for the final session.
Did I miss much?
No.
Good.
Not done it. Apart from YouTube has a worldwide problem.
Oh, is that why you're having such issues?
The stream is down on YouTube but working perfectly everywhere else.
Perfect, okay. Hopefully everyone's ditched over to...
And Restream have tweeted that YouTube has a worldwide problem.
Oh, well there you go.
So, everybody's transferred over to Twitch. So the final session is upon us. We have got the names of the feature table.
You've got Michael Dwyer and Big Mick G there in the 2 and the 3 hole.
Yeah.
Who's in the 1 hole there?
It is Alex Irwin.
Oh, it's Alex Irwin.
Yeah.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Sorry, I didn't notice him.
Who just survived with a chop.
Very good. Yeah, Alex usually has the kind of the bleach blonde hair, but he's hiding under a hat there.
Right.
And Ed O'Carroll there in the 4 seat. There's a bit of a murderer's row there. It's got to be said.
What kind of image has Annette got? Because I've sat with her for hours last year when I played the deep stack, and she always had chips, and I know how she played, and it wasn't crazy, but it was nice, steady.
Yeah, that's it. That's the recipe.
But it was always seemed to be getting paid when she played a hand. Does nobody believe her?
I think, do you know what it is? Annette just plays really, really well.
Yeah.
She just plays really good ranges. She just makes her moves selectively.
Yeah. I've
seen her, put her hand in the cookie jar once or twice. I've seen her get caught very occasionally.
Yeah.
But most of the time she times those spots really well. And yeah, she's a modern player who plays really well, has kept up with the game. I hope she won't kill me for saying I know for a fact that she's had 30 out of 32 winning years of her career. She doesn't lose. She doesn't have a losing session too often. She doesn't have a losing year hardly ever.
Brilliant.
And she's just been one of those people who's managed to adapt, uses her image well. And yeah, she just doesn't put a foot wrong, to be honest. That's the secret to Annette, is she just plays really well. There's no magical mystery formula other than all those other people who play really well.
Yeah.
She probably plays like them.
So in this spot, she's going to call with a 6-5.
Yep. And we see there Adrian Nica, aka NMP fan, quality player, and I mean top drawer player from Romania, one of the Unibet regulars. He'll be here all next week as well, I am sure. He's found a pretty kind of a wonky flop for himself. Annette obviously not hugely interested in her gutter ball right now. Adrian has 2 choices here. He can either bet with his overpair with the gutter to the good end, or he can check it back. Both make sense. I like the small bet, and that's what he's gone for. Quick fold from Annette there. She's not somebody who draws to the bad end of a straight too often. And the deep stack suit Annette as well. That's the other thing about Annette, and she's a big fan of this tournament. She loves playing a bit deeper now. She likes playing the cash games. She likes playing 100 bigs or more.
You're going to have to help me out now. NMP for the win.
NMP fan, that's Adrian, who we just saw in the hand there with the queens.
Adrian.
NMP is Adrian Nica.
Is that his online name?
NMP fan is his online name.
Oh, right. Getting with it. I'm getting with it.
That's it. We've also got Rohan there in the 8 hole as well.
Yeah. And Christian was chip leader at the break. In fact,
played a fair bit against him.
In fact, at the dinner break, seats 4 and seat 6 were the 2 chip leaders in the room.
There you go.
So it must have been an active table.
It sure must have been. We've Oliver Kamarnicki here in the 5 hole as well. Get into a bit of banter with Annette, as she's normally somebody who likes getting into a bit of conversation at the table. She's very good at manipulating you into doing what she wants now. Be careful, Mr. Kamarnicki. Has she just limped in here, or she just put out a little small bet?
The smile says it all.
I wouldn't be surprised if it was either now with Annette here. She might limp in, yeah, she has limped in. So at the top of her limping range here with the King-Queen. Oliver has flopped almost nothing. Annette's going to take a stab, even though this board is not a particularly present one. I'm going to figure out where she's at.
Yeah, look.
Where she's at is
She's
very
winning.
good. little giggle. Michael Dwyer there in the 2 seat. Pigs back Michael. He's a very successful entrepreneur. Also been around the poker circuit for a long time. He's played some EPTs. He cashed EPT in Barcelona a few years ago. I think he might have cashed a few EPTs over the years, maybe one in Deauville as well, as I recall. Very nice fella. Gets involved in a bit of staking. Gets involved in a bit of staking some of the top players when they've pieces to sell. He's the kind of man who swoops in and says, I'll buy a grand year action in that 10k or that 5k.
I like that.
And Big Mick G, well, his reputation precedes him. One of the best online poker players Ireland has ever produced. Originally a sit-and-go beast. He grinded it up playing 50 quid, $100, $200, and the rest sit and go 6 max, 9 max, all that jazz.
Yeah.
And before turning himself into an MTT beast,
wow.
Big Mick was the only Irish person ever to be Supernova Elite, I think. I don't know if I'm going to be wrong on that one. Maybe there's someone else, but I think Big Mick, maybe 2 years in a row, Supernova Elite.
So is his fault they got rid of it?
But I tell you, that is some grind. As somebody who's done double Supernova a few times over the years.
Was Supernova something like over 1 million hands a year?
You're definitely playing 1 million hands, but it's not really done by hands. It's done by amount of rake you sort of paid.
All right.
So usually for Supernova, you had to do about. You had to do probably about maybe was it like 60k in rake, and then you get about half it back. And then the Supernova Elite guys were doing 500,000 in rake and getting half that back. It was mad money. It was mad. It was mad numbers you had to be posting. And Big Mick was one of those boys.
That's some volume.
Oh, it's
crazy volume.
The volume required
but
for that.
That's crazy volume all the time.
It's like 12 hours a day, or if you want to have a weekend, 16-hour days.
Wow.
So Mick is one of the original grinder grafters. I know he's been playing a bit of cash game recently. He's also a member of the Irish team that played in the Nations Cup a couple of times. Big Mick.
He doesn't look old enough.
He doesn't. Big Mick will be my age, I would say.
He doesn't look. Well, you're only 27.
Well, okay, thanks for that. I'll take that. He might be a little younger than me, but Big Mick's definitely in his mid-30s. Apologies if I got that wrong, Mick.
Yeah, why do they call him Big Mick? Just nicknames?
Well, I don't know if you can tell from the camera there, but he's a rather big boy. I know compared to you maybe now.
No, mine's just round the gut.
Because I think it goes, does it not go, you get the nickname Big if you're Mick size, and then you get Tower if you're that bit bigger again.
Yeah.
That's how that works.
Yeah.
Now he's a big boy, is Mick now, once you stand up to him. So, eyes down now, let's pay attention. I think we're going to see some quality poker here. Adrian.
Looking forward to this session.
Yeah, I'm trying to pick. It's hard. It's a very interesting mix of styles, I would say. Mick is sort of your classic sort of tight, aggressive image who actually plays a little bit more loose aggressive than you think. Goes for a few selective 3-bets, but also just has really strong fundamentals. Anyone who plays sit and goes, you got to have the strong fundamentals. Annette, again, rock solid, capable of a move, very capable of using her image well.
Yeah.
Michael's very good player, probably on the slightly conservative side again, but good structures, tight as often right. I know Alex, from reputation, a little bit on the wilder side, a little bit looser, definitely could throw some something into the mix that way. And do you know what? Maybe, just maybe, NMP fan, he might be the best of the lot, to be honest. He's probably not got the money in the bank some of these guys have made over the last decade and a half, but he's absolutely right up there, top grinder of the day, and he plays fantastically well. So I think he's going to be one to watch here on this feature table. I don't want to be not paying attention to some of the others, but they're the most notables, all right.
Well, you've run through most of them, and that is, well, this is one hell of a table to finish day 1A with. We have this fantastic table until close of play around about 12:30. So stick with us. Nine, King, 7, all clubs. We flopped it. Did Michael in seat 2?
He sure did. And he's only got 25k left, isn't it? So, oh no, he doesn't. I'm sorry.
He flopped it. Nice to flop it.
So Michael's actually spun back a bit to 133k. Okay, I apologise. I actually took a little glance at this table just before it became the feature table, and Michael was pretty short, so he's obviously managed to spin it up in just the last 10 minutes. And sorry, Michael, I haven't been paying attention. I did get back from the break a little bit late. Big Mick G on the other end now is a little on the short side. As we said there earlier, Annette, one of the early front runners in this tournament. I think she's been pegged back a little bit, but still going well.
Charles in seat number 6.
And again, one of the features which is really nice, and I suppose not uncommon to an Irish poker room, is that there has been plenty of chat at the table. You see there, loads of chat, loads of banter. I know they're not allowed to have the headphones on, but I really don't feel like most of these tables would have overly,
anyway. No, I think there was one set that was seen today, and it was told to take them out of it, and that was it.
Can I just point out something? Annette O'Carroll, she's got the chip race patch on her forearm.
I thought that was a tattoo.
No.
Right. Well, somebody does tattoo chip race somewhere on their anatomy.
Well, I do it yesterday. I couldn't switch where. Yeah. It looks like Big Mick might have stuck it all in here for 18 bigs. I think we saw that he had the ace 10. Although the hands are whipping through now like he folded, but I'm pretty sure he shoved it in with ace 10 there, and he's got it through. So he's back up over 20 bigs.
Yeah, that was C3, wasn't it?
And it seems like we've lost Big Mick. He's been taken out of the equation.
Oh, bless him.
That's very mean.
That's awful.
I'm sure we'll get updated stats now in a moment.
I'm sure we're going to bring him back. Don't know what happened there. I think the action tracker was nodding off.
Annette O'Carroll is actually the only person at this table who has been on the chip race. Just want to say.
Nice
hence
one. Yeah.
Why she's wearing the patch. Anyone who's been on the show eligible to wear the patch. Anyone who's a fan of the show eligible. In fact, anyone who's willing to go on a live stream and wear the patch, we're not going to argue. Oh, and I spy a forlorn figure. Scott Gray looks to be bust from this main event. He's having a little wander around the poker room, maybe looking at the satellite or looking at some other options that may be available to him. Field is thinning out now. You've now got less than half the field remaining. 123 are the numbers so far. Of course, people can still reg right now, although I don't expect many of them to do that. We've only got just over an hour in real time. 55 of the 123 left, so we're going to see some bust outs now. I would expect another 15 or 20 bust outs between now and the end of play. Charles has pumped it up here with the pocket fours. Looks like Alex is going to call here. 3 overcards to the fours here. 2 pair for Alex. I have to say, with so much talent around, it's great to see a younger face in this chap Alex now. I imagine he's an accomplished player, but he certainly looks to be the youngest at the table. He's made a pretty handsome hand here with the 2 pair, and he's probably targeting Charles having some sort of ace-x hand as he raises it up, willing to get it in here obviously. 32k. He's set it up in such a way that he's happy to get it in now, or he's going to put it in with his eyes closed on pretty much every turn card. Charles, obviously the 4-4 has to go in the bin here, but
bin them.
Although we are seeing a somewhat unnecessary tank here.
Yeah, bin them, Charles.
Not quite sure what this is about.
Yeah. So the final session. Big names around the room. Big names on the feature table. And a stack of 338,000. Don't forget we start with 100.
Final numbers for the Progressive Bounty, 59 runners. Happy with those numbers. All the side event numbers seems to be up this year. We'll have to see if the main event numbers will be up. ACOP, I know, slightly disappointed by the, I think, 612 or 616 numbers. Hoping to get that up to maybe 650 this year, but they did have Valentine's Day and a pretty big storm to deal with, so without any of those impediments.
Yes.
It would be nice to see this one get over 400.
Yeah, I can imagine Storm Kiara's, because Storm Dennis have been horrendous over these parts.
That's it.
Before they hit mainland UK where we were.
Although no better place to be than a poker room when there's a storm, I think. Get yourself into a poker room.
There's no need to go outside.
Yeah.
You have beer.
Yeah.
You have water.
Yeah.
You have food.
22 hours a day. The cash game's 22 hours a day. Take a break between 9 and 11 so you can get your breakfast and then get back into it. So Alex in the small blind here with a very raggedy 5 deuce. He may just be considering giving a walk here. He may also be considering a raise. No, just limps in. It's going to go limp. So I imagine Alex will. Alex on Alex violence here. Alex K may look to take a stab on any board here.
Queen King 5.
This is a perfectly good board to do it with. There's plenty of cards between the 5 and the Queen that his opponent could have. He won't want to give a free one. Makes sense to fire out a one big blind bet in this spot. And that will get the job done, you would think, against Alex, who has pretty much as bad as they can get 9 deuce.
Irwin folds to Kilev. Alex Irwin in 1. Alex Kilev in seat number 9.
So he actually limped in off 9 bigs there, showing that he still wants to battle. He's going to balance that out by limping in with all his strong hands as well, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Action fold around to Annette. She looks down at the Queen 8 suited, not quite good enough from early position.
How many people at the table will know NMP?
That's a good question. I would say maybe none. Maybe none. Yeah, he will have the benefit of anonymity versus these guys. Now, Alex K is just raised to 7k, so he doesn't have, as was advertised a moment ago, 9 big blinds. He actually has. Oh no, maybe it was the other Alex has 9 bigs. It is the other Alex who has 9 bigs.
Yeah, Alex is C1.
Yeah. So Michael here with the pocket 10s. This could get spicy here, these two. Michael 3 bets here, you would assume Alex is going to call. He does 3 bet. It's actually a reasonable shoving candidate too, if he thinks Michael could be at it. King Queen suited's pretty good on the button. You might want to see all 5 cards here, get it in. Other option, of course, is to flat. Be very surprised if he let it go here, unless he really does have Michael pinned as a nit. And if Michael does get this through, it's tremendous exploitation of a hand that's pretty much flipping with you. I would not be surprised, though, to see any of these 3 options here. He may well give Michael credit and fold. He probably should call, and he could even shove this.
So he makes a call. Makes a call, looks right down.
It's a pretty smooth hand, the King Queen suited.
Yes. Flop of ace, 3, 6.
Not too shabby.
Pick your own flops.
You take that. You take that there if you're Alex.
Yeah, pick your own flops.
Now, hopefully, for Michael's sake, he will be able to, maybe fire out a continuation bet of 17 or 18k here and get away.
That's exactly correct. 18,000.
That would feel correct here in this spot. Michael will have some ace-x hands, so he will bet it as if he has one of those and try and probe away now, figure out where he's at. Obviously he's at a very bad place right now. I'm surprised he even has 4%, to be honest.
Flop the nuts, what do I do? Flop the nuts, what do I do? Flop the nuts, what do I do? He's going completely round in his mind. So he just calls.
Yeah, I suppose he's maybe weighing up the
Oi, there's the outs.
Well, The outs have gone through the roof there. They've absolutely exploded, but Michael now feels like he's got
a snap call. At the moment, we have the nuts.
Wow. Well, if he somehow turned this 4% into a winning hand on the flop, it's pretty miraculous, it's got to be said. But nothing he could do there, obviously, as it runs out. Pretty beautiful turn card for the 10s. Little did he know it was a doomsday card. Michael Dwyer
misses.
Has been eliminated.
Has been eliminated. Unlucky Michael. Michael Dwyer. Gone.
And that's a pretty rough situation. Hard to imagine that one being played out anyway, in which they would have got it. Michael obviously happy to get it in pre. Obviously happy to get it in on the turn. I suppose had there been a raise on the flop, that's the only way he would have escaped. But played well by Alex, in fairness. Unlucky Michael. GG, sir.
He thought about the call pre, and he is glad he did.
Hopefully we'll see Michael retake another seat tomorrow. He'll be back at it, hopefully. Be a shame to see him concede defeat at this early stage of what is going to be a huge festival. But yeah, absolutely nothing he could do there. Pretty brutal turn card. While it was the turn card that gave him a decent shot at winning the pot, it was also the turn card that meant he could not get away from the nuts. So we are now 8-handed. There's every chance we will have a new player brought to this table at some point here. I think we have a table to break in the next, I'm going to guess, maybe 15 minutes. We should have a newcomer.
The entries resemble 123. I'm giving you full credit for saying between 120 and less than 1% more.
Now we have to ask the question: will I get it right tomorrow? That we'll have.
It's pretty impressive.
252.
252.
252 tomorrow.
You're going for just over double.
Just over double. 252 tomorrow, and then maybe 60 into the turbo. Rohan with the aces. He's gone all in. He's going to win it.
Oh, Scott Gray's been eliminated.
Yeah, I told you that about 40 minutes ago.
You did. I was just catching up. That's true.
I said he's cutting a forlorn figure wandering through the poker room right now. You didn't pay me any attention. 10 hours of me now, and that's it, is it, Tower? That's your limit, is it? 10 hours is your limit. We hit the 11th hour and Tower just switched off completely. To be fair, that's probably 9 hours more than most.
It has been a cracking day. Loved having you by my side. 59 runners in the Prog Bounty. And was it 7 seats in the Satellite? I think it was. Bob Tate was telling me.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't more. I'm going to have a look for you.
I'm sure Bob Tate was telling me it was 7 seats. And I can't see Bob Tate anymore in the feature on the Satellite. 7 and a few quid, and then Bob Tate said he had above average stack, and I can't see him.
Oh well.
So maybe it was a bad beat. I'll hear at the bar later.
Yeah. I see Noel O'Brien still in that Satellite as well. Hopefully we'll see him in the thick of it tomorrow. I have a feeling we might see him either way, to be honest.
How often do people walk up to you? Because obviously you're a well-known figure, you do the chip race, you talk a lot of strategy. How often do people come to you, anywhere you are, and say, "Oh, listen to this"?
Oh, like a bad beat story. So I'm very unapproachable on that stuff. I would pride myself.
How did you curtail it straight away?
I'm very kind of blunt and rude with people who do it, so everybody knows that I'm not the agony aunt sort of ambassador to go up to and go. There's different personae.
Yeah.
Dara O'Kearney, for example, is exactly the person people will go up to and go, you won't believe what happened in this hand.
Yeah.
So when I became friends with Dara about 8 or 9 years ago, one of the first things I did for Dara as a demonstration of my friendship was to block those people from him. So when Dara gets his piddly little 15-minute break between a 2-hour session, and that's basically him having to listen to 4 bad beat stories.
Absolutely.
I would just sort of buffer him and go, no, leave the man alone. Doesn't want to hear your story. Doesn't want to know about your bad beat. And they walk away going, that Lappin fella's very rude. O'Kearney's still a nice guy because he didn't say anything, but that Lappin fella's horrible. So I've managed to cultivate an image where maybe maybe I'm not completely unapproachable, but yeah, certainly not in that guff. No time for that. Has to be done, Tower. Think of the amount of time of your life would be gone. Listen to other people's bad beat stories.
It happens. It happens on days when there's no poker. It really does. It really does.
So you cut that kind of figure. You'd be the kind of bird that I'll tell Tower about this fucking aces that got cracked there last week. He'll tell me bad luck, mate, bad luck. But really, you've just glazed over. The minute they go, here, I had ace king, you just go, I'm dead inside. I'll just kill me now. Don't listen to any of this. You just go to your happy place in your head. Think, well, I've lost these 2 minutes of my life anyway.
So 2 deep stacks going to battle. 9s for Adrian. They raised it up under the gun +1. Gets called from Alex in seat number 9, who was just taken out. Michael in seat 2. We have a flop. We do, honest.
We do already, do we?
We do.
Okay.
We have a flop.
Well, Adrian looks like he's weighing up whether to bet this flop. No, he's just checked it.
Yeah, 8-4-4 is that flop.
So,
check. Ace of spades on the turn.
Well, sadly for Adrian, he's sort of put himself in a spot where he's allowed the villain to catch up, but then at the same time, it's important not to look at it from that results-oriented point of view. It was likely that Adrian was ahead. It was possible that he would give away some equity denial potential of finding out a c-bet, but it's also very likely that when he opens under the gun +1, regardless of what his opponent's holding is, he's going to see a turn card.
Yeah.
Whatever his opponent's got flattened his under the gun +1 open in mid position, he's probably going to see this turn anyway. So all that's happened instead is that Adrian didn't fire out a bet on a flop, get called, and now be overtaken with a bigger pot. So
21,000.
Disciplined foul there from Adrian, it's got to be said. It wouldn't have been completely unreasonable to call one bet there, but he saves that bet. A bet saved is a bet won, and good reader of the situation.
So we've got rid of the 1535 level. Gone. History.
It's done, is it?
Until tomorrow.
Yeah. We've moved on to the
do it all again.
An orthodox 2-4 now, do we?
Yes.
What's this going to be? It's going to be 2-4, 2-5, 3-6, and we're done.
If it's 2-4, why would it not be 2.5, 5?
Did they get rid of the 500s?
Or will it be 2-5, 2.5, 5?
Did they get rid of the 500s? No, they didn't. Cause you're right, it should be. If they have the 500s, they should use it.
So will it be 2-5, 2.5, 5? So it doesn't...
No, I don't think so. I don't think they'll...
No?
No, I don't think they'll throw us that curveball. No, you're right though, 2.5, 5 just makes a bit more sense. And seeing as the 500s are still in play, why not? But yeah, they seem to have just gone for the... I guess they did 200, 500 earlier, they've gone for 2k, 5k.
So we have it all in. Alex in seat number 1.
Yeah, Charles going to snap this off here. We are going to the races.
We are. 40% for Alex in seat number 1. Needs a bit of help. Paint on the board. That's not bad.
That's not bad. You take that.
Yeah.
You might. I don't think you're winning, but you're competitive. Your odds probably haven't dropped. They have now.
8.
The heart lockers are pretty bad though.
10. Jack.
Oh, and he's got there.
Got the 8.
Well, it's been a story of the two small cards getting there against the ace kings in these short stack all in situations so far.
Charles can't believe he's lost one.
Yeah.
One of the chip leaders in the room. I haven't managed to lose that. Oh, you'll never guess what. I had ace king. That'll be one later. I had ace king. He had 10 jack. The European deep stack heading towards the end of the first day. Fantastic festival of poker of the last 10 days.
I have just spotted, remember earlier in our conversation, for those of you who've been tuning in all day, I mentioned that sometimes in these PKOs these days, they let the first and second prize be the same and they play on for bounty. Well, look here. They've just put up the prize pool and that's exactly what they've done.
59 runners in total. So 8th will get 120. And the winners, or 1 and 2, will get 765 out of the pot, and then whatever the bounties on each person is. Yeah,
so they'll have picked up bounties along the way, one would have presumed, and they'll pick up the bounty on the last person, which will be a really chunky one.
Yeah.
So between all of that, they've probably doubled what you're seeing in front of you there to a 1,500-ish type of cash.
Like it.
And then let's go with the 5s here against the shove. Alex, A6 off under the gun too. Can't say I'm a big fan.
But wins.
Not a fan of this one. I think this is a little too light. I think this is the proverbial putting a match to your money.
Darman Harris.
But he has got it through.
Darman Harris has put the blinds up. It is 2-4, 2.5, 5, 3, 6. Well, there we go. We thought as much. Thanks for that. Always good that you help us out. It doesn't help the clock's like Usain Bolt away, like 100 metres away. So far. All good, thank you very much. If you're not joining us this week for the European Deep Stack, which ends on Sunday next week, the Unibet Open will be taking place. David's going to be on the stream in a sit and go to start with. What day is that on?
Well, I should know. Wednesday, maybe, probably. I think it's Wednesday, and then see we've switched around our schedule a little bit. We used to do the Battle Royale, which was an esports event, and then we would play the tag team with those guys. And now we've switched around so that we can play the high roller, and it doesn't clash with a Battle Royale that we're in. So I think it means the high roller's Wednesday, and maybe we play it on a Thursday. I actually am unsure. I should know. Shame on me. But we will.
I did put it on the spot. We
will have that news though. As I promise, the next time I'm doing commentary.
When I need to tune in so I can watch it, because it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be good crack actually. Yeah.
It'll be a lot of fun.
Yeah, they might open a book on it. That'd be a bit of fun if they did that. They sometimes open a book on the esports guys, so they might do it. Alex with the ace king, he may well just lamp this in for 19 bigs. He does, and Big Mick G, well, he's got the perfect hand to go with as well.
Yeah.
These guys have the same stacks here, 19 bigs, 18 bigs. We saw Mick shove the 5s a moment ago. He'll be more than happy to get this in. Not too many opportunities here, so we're probably going to lose one of these guys either in this hand or in the hand right after. Mick will be the one at risk. And let's go to the races.
Off we go. 10 slightly in front. Alex in seat number 1. There is very little between them. Jack 5.
So far so good for the man they call Big Mick G.
Yeah, the 10s are all in, not the ace king. Well, the stacks are that close, I suppose.
Yeah, if there isn't an ace or a king here. Oh, and there it is. We say goodbye to Mahi Bjog, Big Mick G. He was the man at risk. He had one big blind less. They might count it down. They mightn't be aware, but if our graphics are right, I think Alex had him covered by just over a big blind.
Yeah, back onto the next down. Would be nice to see which one stands up.
Yeah. So we're going to see Big Mick re-enter the fray, I imagine, tomorrow.
Oh, I need to see who's standing up. Click the button. Click the button, baby. There we go. We are still counting. We haven't lost one just yet.
It is possible that our graphics team have a tiny error, but I doubt it.
Oh, it is. Big Mick. Big Mick G. Now I know what you mean when he's stood up. Big McCluskey's in the building.
Big.
So incoming, Paul Leckie comes to the table in seat number 2. The Leckie monster. Here he comes into seat number 2. Move it. So we've lost the 2 Micks. Michael Dwyer and Mick Graydon, Big Mick G, both eliminated. We still have both Alexes, Alex Irwin and Alex Kalev. So we had 2 Micks, we had 2 Alexes, and the 2 Micks have disappeared. Have you won a seat yet, Mick? Not yet. Are you still in? Oh, not much chance.
Poor Mick is going to have to go into his cash reserves to pony up the buy-in, I think, now, maybe. That didn't work either.
So,
oh no.
Dip into the interest of his bank account to buy in tomorrow.
Yes, one of those 400 buy-ins he's taken out of the poker community over the last few years. Leonardo Carroll here bumps it up with the ace-8 suited under the gun. You see what I said? Standard opens.
Yeah.
This is the kind of open you expect from a good player. Any suited ace in that spot.
9
there it is.
6.
Well, Alex has flopped best in the big blind here. It's not the worst hand for Annette to see bet. She can hit some good turn cards here. Any diamond, any 7, any 10, any 5. They all give her a little bit of something. It's a tricky one. If she doesn't see bet it and then she gets led into, she kind of has to give up on almost every turn in the other way. So I do like this little C bet. Very surprised. Oh, and she has hit one of her gin turn cards. It's gone check quickly though. Oh wait, or has it? Yeah, it has. And now Annette has bet the river. I'm sorry, the graphics are all over the shop here.
They are, unfortunately. I think we had a slight connection error because we did get the action tracker shouting for the boss.
Okay, so Annette's now thinking about putting out some chips.
Yeah, we're on the river.
And we're on the river with 10
of clubs.
So she has missed and she is bluffing. And now Queen Jack is deciding if he's going to call the 26k here. Okay, looking at the hand, I would have actually liked to see a bet from Annette on the turn. I think that's a great spot to bet. Alex has picked her off here on the river. Not that it would have got through, I don't think it would have, but it was a good turn card for her to bet. So she has given Alex a little chip infusion there, 26k on the river, turning her hand into a bluff.
We're not sure whether it's the cards or the graphics, so we're changing the deck.
Change the deck just in case.
Yeah, the deck changed.
They're expensive old decks. I hope that deck is broken.
They aren't cheap. The own little card in the middle of them makes them very expensive. You won't get them in a bum bag at the Battle of Malta. No. So around about 75 minutes to go tonight. A fantastic day streaming with some decent numbers. The satellite is still going on with 2 tables. The Prog Bounty is down to the final 31. That'll go on until me and David are fast asleep. Not together, but fast asleep nonetheless. And David will be prepping for tomorrow. What's the prep in the morning? Do you do any work at all in the morning? Do you read through books, or is it have you got some work to do?
I have lots of side work to do, but I won't be doing any of it. No, I'll get a good night's sleep, have breakfast, and come in here probably not quite punctually, but not far off punctually either. No, I am looking forward to playing now, I've got to say. Enjoyed playing last night. Got a little taste of the action. I do enjoy the days of commentary though as well, I got to say. I would like to do a little bit more of this going forward. I do a little bit for Unibet obviously, but just as a kind of a guest spot for a couple of hours when either David Vonda and Aidan or Henry are needing a break or whatnot. Or
well, you'd fit any role.
Thank you.
You would indeed.
It's a different sort of challenge, but I enjoy it.
So Alex Skulev bets out with the 2s. That's a little bit of a bit of a float from Mr. Leckie, but he's picked up a little bit more equity.
Yeah, you'll remember Paul from the first stream I think we had today, or maybe the second. He's back.
I do think he's the only person on a live stream to have 2 lots of quads in one day. And then he bets on the river. And then the 2s get out of the way. I can't remember anybody having quads twice in one day on the live stream. All going along nicely. The final session, if you're just tuning in after a night out and you've been out on the Raz or you've been here, friends, you're just tuning in. 123, I think the number was.
Charles is going to open things up here under the gun 1 with the ace queen, we assume. He is one of the slower players at the table, it's got to be said. Charles likes to count them out slowly, have a little tank. He has raised it to, is that 9? Whatever it is, Adrian's in right behind him. It's 8,500 and Adrian with the Queen 10 of clubs. Definitely a fun hand to play when you know it's going to be deep stacked against this guy. And Irwin on the button. Looks like he likes his holding 2. Pocket 3s. Okay, great set mining spot. So we're going to go to the blinds. Paul Leckie and Annette O'Carroll. Paul's out. And Annette's going to be out here with the 10 deuce. I can't see her defending this one. So Adrian in position here. We're going to see if he can make that work in his favour against the ace queen. And then Alex pretty much on the set mine on the button.
King 8-7 rainbow.
So a whole lot of nothing for anybody, but Adrian is probably liking his hand for backdoor reasons, and I think if he gets the opportunity to take a stab here, I might. He doesn't. That's one of those nice backdoor possibilities.
Jack of diamonds.
Don't like this bet from Charles, gotta say, and probably quite like a raise here from Adrian actually. Suppose he can just flatten taken away on rivers as well, but How's your luck?
Yeah, that's pains.
Look, some pains. Is it a queen?
Yeah.
So if it's a queen, they've both picked up enough value to hang on in there, in which case I think Charles will win this. I don't know if it's a queen, though. No, it's another jack. Sorry. So yeah, it's most likely now going to go check from Charles, and now Adrian's going to try and take it away. That was plan B. Nicely done, Adrian. There I was advocating for the raise on the turn, but actually you had other thoughts. Try and hit your hand as plan A, and you still get to bluff it in position, plan B. Nicely done, sir. I like it.
NMP stacks up 300k.
Well, Charles is going to open it up again with the ace-queen suited this time. So let's assume it's another 85er, and he's got a table behind him now.
Charles just calls.
Alex Kay looks like he's going to do exactly what Adrian did last time round with the Queen 10, this time offsuit. He's plotting something. These guys again playing really deep, so there's a few more creative options at their disposal, particularly in position. Seeing how other people have picked on Charles, maybe Alex Kay keen to do the same, either with a 3-bet now or a flat. 3-bet probably better given the fact that he's offsuit. The suited hands make better flats really. So yeah, 14k. Oh wait, it was a call from Charles. Charles just limped under the gun here with the ace.
Limped under the gun for 4k.
Oh, wow. Sorry.
Folding back round at Charles.
I made one of those awful assumptions where I thought we were going to see another 85er. And now Charles, you would assume, is either going to raise again or call. Slightly strange to limp this hand, but he's going to go for a limp raise?
No, just a call.
Okay. So Charles with a big advantage, but he is out of position. And he's against somebody who's clearly got devilment in mind here. Well, there is a queen.
King, queen, 4.
That probably means that this pot won't get too big. Reason being, Alex has enough showdown not to want to make it bigger. Probably has no reason to try and take it away. Probably can't feel like he can take better hands away. He's going to fire out a little bet, and it's going to get called by Charles. And then it's going to go check on almost every turn card. And then we'll have to see who wants it on the river. I think in a lot of worlds, Charles just gets to win this at showdown with no further chips in the pot.
5 of diamonds.
Well, that'll slow them down even more.
I thought he was moving them forward then. I thought he was stacking them on top of everything just to pile them in.
Yeah, a lot of weakness tells there from Charles, it's got to be said. But again, it's just too weird a spot here with Queen with the 10 kicker. You fired that little bet on the flop to really not have to put any more chips in the pot, and now there's definitely no upside to betting. And again, as predicted, Charles was going to win this without any further chips going in.
Spot on, young man, spot on. So Charles beat still chip leader 338,000. 35 bigs is short stack. He's not short stack, but he is the shorty at the table.
Yeah, testament to this structure here that the shortest stack right now has 30 something bigs. 49 of the 123 entrants still in real time. That's half an hour from now. So that gives you a sort of a gauge with 35 minutes to go on their clock. Looks like they're going to end up with roughly a third of the field going through. We of course have just over an hour left hand 215 of the day. So if we do another 25 hands, we're 240 in 10 sessions, 24 hand average. It's not bad for a feature table. Feature tables tend to be a bit slower than the outer tables.
So, flop time. Charles to get involved. King 8, Queen. Big blind defending Queen 9. Paul Leckie raised it up. C bets and he wins.
Easy game.
As easy as that. Three tables left in the Prog Bounty. 2 tables left in the Satellite. 10 cash tables running. Do you play much cash?
No, not a lot. A little bit. Generally, if I do play cash, I play PLO.
Yeah.
I play a little bit of PLO on Unibet Poker, on the apps, and a little bit live as well. Actually going to the cash game Bratislava in April. I managed to win the cash game Bratislava like 2 years ago, playing a very big PLO hand. The way they work those out is whoever wins the most big blinds in a session.
Oh, right, okay.
And I got into a rather large PLO pot. Came off the good side of it, and it came with an added bonus of a package to a future stop, which I haven't cashed in until now. So
excellent.
I'm going to head over there. Big fan of Bratislava, actually. Lovely place to play poker.
Good stuff. Doesn't play cash offering and then wins a C when he does.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. It was a nice little bonus.
Do it again.
Little Brucey bonus. But no, not a huge amount. Generally stick to the MTTs.
Yeah.
I also came out of the sit and go grind, much like Big Mick. I played a lot of 6-max sit and goes, then moved up to the 45-man sit and goes, and that was my bread and butter for the first 3 years I played poker. Built up my bankroll that way. It was a good low variance way to build up a roll, actually. There was no risk of ruin in those games in those days. Back in the halcyon days of 2006 to 2009.
Yeah, the 45s were pretty popular, weren't they?
Oh, if we could have those days back again, please. Yeah, there was a leaderboard for those 45-player circuits, and I was generally never at the very top of them, but worldwide I was always ranked maybe somewhere between 4 and 7. Good times.
Excellent.
Good times.
Good stuff. NMP comes running back to the table as if he missed a couple of hands. Lines up in less than 2 minutes for the final 2 levels of the day. It has been a cracker.
It really has, for a day one where we're playing so deep.
Yeah.
It's rare to find tables this densely packed with quality players. To see such good poker on display the whole way through, it's been really fun. I'm almost sorry I don't get to do it all again tomorrow.
Certainly got the hands to start with the day off, the first session.
We did, didn't we? We got lucky that way, I guess. There were some explosive hands. And we might not be done yet. Still an hour for these guys to light some fireworks.
Charles wants to see a flop, so he calls the raise from Paul Leckie. Queen, Jack, 5 flop.
A little bit for everyone.
Yeah, both this a piece of it.
It goes check though. Another heart now. That might slow everyone down. Paul's going to do a bit of betting here. He doesn't want to let one of our tans get there for free. Charles definitely has to call here with the second pair top kicker. He isn't one to act quickly, so I expect a pensive 10-second stare down. And a what?
And a fold.
Wow, that's pretty
out of the way to the 1 bet.
Well, you know what? It was correct in this instance, so credit to him on that front. But yeah, I think in general, you're going to get in there with the ace-jack flat in the button. You're going to at least pay 1 street in that scenario.
So the blinds are going to be going up. There'll be 2.5, 5. Change of dealer for the last session. The last hour. 2.5, 5. Level number 5. Level number 19 of the day.
19?
No. Yes. Oh, that was a long time ago. 35 years ago. Wow. 35 years ago. No. 90. 35 years ago.
I feel like he's going to do that every level 19 forever more now.
To be fair, we don't play many level 19s in one day, but yes, on day 2 I might have to do it again.
In fairness, I did put the thought into your head, so I only myself to blame.
And there'll be somebody in a chat box somewhere going, no, and then you have to complete it.
That's it. Annette with the hooks.
I'm glad I never made another song.
Can she get her hooks into some of these fouled men behind her now?
Drop down to 187.
So she's bumped it up to 12.5. She's going to charge these fellas now behind her. A couple of ace rags in the bin. And the 8-9 in the small. No, 8-9 in the big. That's pretty close to a call.
Yep.
I think it qualifies just about.
Yes, we're flicking it in.
Yeah, Alex definitely a man who wants to go to war here. So 2 decently deep stacks here. Going to go at it. Oh, hello, Annette of Carol. Is that how you do it? 2 hooks become 3 hooks.
But we do have an open down straight draw for Alex.
This could get very, very interesting. It's hard for Alex to go broke in this hand unless Annette votes up and he makes a straight. It's easy for Annette to go broke, because if he does peel off a little cutesy 7 of diamonds here, she won't see it coming and she won't be able to get away.
Alex is asking the question, how many do you have behind the line?
So he's wondering if he should raise now in this spot or should he call. And I think the answer is probably call. It is the kind of board that she will like. No, it looks like he's going for raising chips. I can't tell you. Your eyes are better than mine. Okay, so
it is a call.
7 or a queen for trouble. No. He does check. She's not going to slow down here. This board is wet. 2 clubs out there. Jack 10 connects with lots of hands, including this 8-9 in Alex's hand. She's going to do her own betting here, and I don't think she'll keep it too cheap. We might see 25 or 30k go in here. 18. Okay, she's making it somewhat cheap. You know, she could be up against something like a king 10, and I guess she wants to keep that hand in. That hand has no outs. She could be up against the case jack. That hand has no outs. She wouldn't want to bet 18k if she could see Alex's 8-9. She'd want to bet a bit more, but I think, in fairness to her, she's betting her range. And now he actually has a reasonable situation where he could consider a raise. His equity has gone way down, obviously 1 pull of the deck and he hasn't got there, so he's only got 19%. He can win it 2 ways. Out of position, he's going to find it hard to get the value bet on the river. If he does hit, he's going to have to dunk into her in a lot of worlds, so I think he may go for the raise here. He may bump this up to about 55-60k. And well, he's doing it into the nuts right now, so the question is, does Annette set the trap here with the flash and fade him?
2,000 is the bet.
Yeah. So it's a great raise, to be honest, because if Annette does go all in here, he doesn't have the equity to call, so he can fold his equity, not worrying about life too much. By doing this, he gives himself a chance to win here now, right now. by hitting a 7 or a queen, and then even bluffing maybe the river, which he might do sometimes. Now, we know that last part isn't going to work.
No.
And we certainly know that first part isn't going to work.
The lot's in.
But she has stuck it in, so
yeah,
she could have thrown him some rope there, called, but she would have been fading it. I think if she gets to see his hand, she's happy with her shove. If he does have a hand like, say, a king 9 of clubs, she's pretty happy to lock it down there. Don't think she wants to be in a dark tunnel. There's at least about, even though we saw there was 8 outs, there's at least another 12 or 13 cards she wouldn't like seeing and having to call it off off on the river. So,
but more or less back to where she started this session, 275,000.
And what she extra loves is being able to sit there now, like she's put manners on that young pup. That young pup there raising me on the turn. What was he doing? What did he think he was doing? What kind of fool did he make me out to be? I tell you, I stuck it in his eye and he folded his hand. And I told him, you wouldn't treat your mammy like that.
No.
Yeah, she gives him now, again, Annette O'Carroll, former school teacher, former religion school teacher.
Oh.
So she's looking at him and she's saying to him, I'm your headmistress. How dare you? How dare you raise me on the turn there? Adrian Nicka with the queens. Oh yeah, but she won't want him to know that for at least half an hour. She'll want him to know that she put manners on him.
Schooled.
Rohan, let's go with the Jack 8. Looks like this might just get through.
Indeed.
Adrian won't be over the moon with his pick up there for those queens, but better than losing a pot. There we see 3 big stacks there. Charles, Adrian and Annette all pretty much rocking the same stack there.
So 2 levels to go. Finish the live stream round about 12:30. So the blinds are 2-5. So I'm guessing the 500 chips are off the table.
Yep.
So Oliver raising it up in C number 5. Not been involved too much, was Oliver?
No, that's true. He's been somewhat snug.
Alex Cooler has been quite active. Wouldn't surprise me to find a call in this situation either.
No, he loves to mix it in here.
Yeah.
And why not? Position, suited gapper.
Flops 2 pair, just like that. Top pair, decent kicker. This could be
dream flop for the Queen 9 suited here.
Big hand for Alex in seat 9.
He does only have 70%, so even if they get a lot of chips in here, I expect Alex to raise right away. He's going to be targeting exactly Ace King and Ace Jack and maybe Ace 10 for maximum pain. There's a lot of kill cards for his action here as well. There's an awful lot of cards that straighten up this board. A heart will kill the action as well. So from Alex's point of view, he might feel like the best way to get chips into this pot is to get them in right now. And if he is going to get paid, he's probably need to go against an ace anyway. So that's not like that ace is going anywhere. Raise it up here, make it 45, 50k. Set up a turn shove.
No, just calls. Oh no, is that a raise?
And there they go.
Yeah, they're all in.
So Oliver's got 30% here. Obviously he can hit an ace or a jack straight away, or that turn river can pair. There's also some backdoor straight possibilities here. He can hit 2 hearts, he can hit a 10 and a king. No reason to give up hope just yet.
No, absolutely not. We flop 2 pair to his staying front.
Awful turn cards. No backdoors now. And he's just going to have to smash this river. No good.
Queen 9. It's a big double up and leaves Oliver down at 59,000 with the blinds at 2-5 to 12 bigs for Oliver, which will be going in, I reckon, sometime this level if he finds that little spot.
Very important when you do speculate with hands like Queen 9 suited there on the button, starting in position. When you do make the dream hand, you got to get paid, and I think again raising that flop was so important. A lot of other players may not recognise how much the turn can kill your action, and how really this was the moment to get it all in.
Playing well, Alex Kulev in seat number 9.
Yep, and I don't hate his line against Annette at all, actually. I probably would have taken an identical line there. I think raising the turn is exactly right. It's when your equity is shriveled up a bit, you don't mind folding that equity away if Annette makes the move, and you give yourself a few ways to win. So, yeah, definitely one to watch here. I think he's played really, really well on this table.
Yeah. I'm impressed. Likes to mix it up, doesn't mind getting it in.
Just over 45 minutes left of today's live stream.
Oh, Jason Tompkins.
Gone. Sad beans.
Sad.
Oh my god. It's Jason Tompkins. Jason, again, maybe ruining not being a bad player, shoving in those 9s earlier on.
Yeah, that's true.
He could have taken a big chunk out of Kevin Killeen.
That would have been a 300k pot.
But curse his spider senses. Jason will be back, no doubt, tomorrow to fire again. Any other bust outs? We do the in memoriam again?
I feel like the Grim Reaper. Oh, Kevin Killeen.
He's gone too?
He's gone too.
Oh wow, so big chip. So has Joey got all of them? Did Joey get them all?
Joey might have got the absolute world. He might be sat there with 600k.
Wow. Anyone else gone?
Jamie Byrne.
Yeah.
Gone. Gerald Fleming. Gone. Oh man.
Giannis has gone as well. Michael Farrelly's gone. That's Oily Slick.
Yeah. Eddie Maslivonas has come over from Birmingham. Also biting the dust. Pat Fitzgerald. Sean Foley.
Oh yeah.
Oh man, some big names departing in the last session.
Well, it is going to be moving time this session. In real time, they got 48 out of the 1, 2, 3 left. Just 16 minutes left on their clock, so expect that to crawl down to the low 40s. Again, the prediction of 1/3 of the field going seems about right. Okay, we might be about to see a big pot here. Alex K with the pocket 9s. He's facing a 3-bet from Paul with the Ace King. It's a button raise as well, remember, so these button raises often feel a little bit more likely to be lighter. Paul Leckie raises often feel a little bit more likely to be lighter. Looks like Oliver's just flicked it in here from the big blinds for 53. Oh wow.
They're in. He's getting a call from one spot. We just don't know at the moment which one.
So Paul just no patience now with his remaining stack. Obviously wants to get the spin going right away, or maybe re-enter tomorrow. Still 40k is 40k. Well, it looks like the 9s get out of the way and Paul gets to go up against the hand he wanted to go up against, the King 10 rather than the pocket 9s. It's a 100k flip now for Oliver. There's a bit of jam in there as well. Pocket 9s threw a few chips in, so almost triple up. 2.5 up if he can snick this 10, and he can.
Oh, the 10.
Loads of backdoors here for Paul Leckie. Here's one of the backdoors.
One of them.
Ace or a queen. Just say goodbye. Oh! A cruel run
Perfect for the Ace King. Oh, Oliver, I'm feeling for you, man.
Paul Leckie scoops in a 125k pot. add to his spoils?
We are feeling for you.
Well, it's turning into a bit of a murderer's row now. We've now got Irvine, Lecky, Annette, NMP. All the chips are sort of consolidating now.
They are.
Seven of them left, and they've all got stacks. We might be able to see some entertaining poker now for the next half hour or so.
C8 looks like Pav. So there's Rowan.
Yeah, Rowan's
doing his
been
best Pav impression.
In fairness, Rowan's been just looking at napkins for the last hour. He's not got involved too much, but how can he when he looks down at 8-2 and 6-2 all the time?
Yeah.
Good player is Rowan now. It'd be a shame if we don't get to see him show off what he's capable of during this feature table session. But this is a high quality table, I gotta say. Oh, and Annette O'Carroll with the pocket queens. Paul Lecky raises to 10k with the 10-5 in the cut-off.
Yeah.
Oh, should be having none of this now.
Absolutely not. You're raising my button. I 3-bet.
Yeah, well, he'll get out of the way. All right, hands up.
Lecky's already quit.
Hands up.
I'm having none of that, he says.
Hands are in the till, he says. Fair enough. Again, Annette did just happen to have it that time, but I quite like that.
He's just turning around to Alex and says, "What actually did I just try then?" No. Annette turns to her left. See what you do trying to raise my button?
I love the hands up. That's great. I had a lovely meal with Annette and her husband Patrick in Madrid the very first night we got there myself. My Mrs. Sharon, my little boy Hunter, and Patrick, and it was a lovely evening. They're great company. Full of great stories.
Four more hands for today.
So as you can hear in real time there, with 13 minutes on the clock, they're announcing 4 more hands. So we've got half an hour plus 4 more hands for you.
So the clock will pause in stream time at 17 minutes past midnight. And 4 more hands will be played.
Yeah, so Annette here with the pocket 3. She gets to go up against the ace-10 of Charles out of the small. She'll have position. She may well fire on this kind of board. You'd like to see it. You'd like to see a bet of maybe 13 or 14k. You know, she checks back, lets him peel one. I definitely like to see her merge now with the little bet. I don't think she can give another freebie. She is giving another freebie. Very generous. And this time, she's allowed him to catch up completely.
Completely counterfeited.
Yeah. Well,
what's he done? Oh, he bets.
Oh, he actually maybe trying a little blocker bet, knowing that there was a lot of chance that Annette might just have ace high as well there.
Pav is a Twitch streamer, so I've been told.
All in Pav? Yeah, he's quite well known.
Yeah. And Mick the Mod said it looks like him in C8.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I would have known who that was if I was paying attention.
In Pav.
All in Pav, yeah.
Like it.
Yeah, Ned, I think you missed a trick there, not firing out a little tiddler of a bet at some point. I know we can be result oriented here, but I was calling it before I saw the run out. That's a pretty good board for you there with the 9-9-4. Don't be giving those freebies now. Denying them some equity. Paul Lecky in the hijack here with the suited king. Definitely loosening up his game here. We saw the 10-5 a moment ago from the cut-off. Rohan in the big. Compulsory defend here with any ace. Must be giving it some thought. Is
he contemplating a re-raise?
I guess maybe he's just sticking it in.
Just sticking it in your eye.
A lot of chips to stick in there. I gotta say, Like he's picked the right candidate of someone who could have been opening kind of light there. Paul definitely seems to be the person who going into the last half hour is opening up a bit more than the others. But that being said, this is just for show. Obviously, Paul wants to get what? Oh, we know Rohan is now being told he's 59k.
What did it show before?
117.
117.
So that's different.
That makes a lot of sense.
So now basically Rohan has shipped in the ace deuce off for effectively 12 bigs.
Yeah.
And Paul has decided to look him up with the king 7 suited. Still pretty marginal from Paul, but I guess he feels like his image is so light he has to go maybe lower down. And here's some spades.
Ace deuce needs to fade a spade. A king on a 7. He sends 8. So somewhere along the line the stacks got changed a little bit, and Rohan ended up with a lot more chips than he actually had. He was rectified when the all-in and the call was announced.
Now he has 117k.
Now he has 117. It does.
It was a prediction from our production team. They were predicting what he'd end up with at the end of the hand.
Evening, Mr. Carpet Catcher, watching live on Twitch. Watches a lot of streams in the UK that we do. And Meet the Mod. And now Meet the Mod. Plus everybody else that's watching around the world, wherever you may be. Good evening or good morning. Nearly 11 AM in Sydney. If everybody's in Sydney watching.
David somewhere.
We'll get somebody from Australia watching this weekend. We will.
Some fresh blood here. Does he know he's arriving to Murderer's Row? I don't know. Well, Alex has woken up with the American Airlines here under the gun. Oh, and Charles is the Kings. Well, Charles is about to have a very rude awakening.
This is now on just stack reversals, isn't it?
Yeah, not much any of them can do now. Any 2 stacks with this setup right here, right now, would get in. So I think Alex will recognise that Charles probably has a real hand here. When he 3-bets him, he's probably got jacks plus ace king.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a cheeky ace queen, but I don't think so. I think he's more likely to flat hands like that. So when you know it's a real hand, you might just want to get it in now.
No, that's just a call.
See, this is a spot where I think Alex should recognise what I just said there, which is that it's...
the 3-bet was to 99.
You might be giving him a chance, Lee. If you make a top set of aces here, you might let him get away. That's never nice. Then again, he's probably alright on this board.
Oh, that makes sense. The 3-bet was to 24. 26. Raised to 13, 3-bet to 26, call the extra.
Yeah, he's just being casual now.
Yeah. Alex
has his fish on the hook and he wants to reel him in. Obviously that board has coordinated up the board a little bit, but it's not going to put anyone away. And this could be it all in, actually. No, he's gone small again, so Charles thinks he's milking Alex. Little does he know, he's the one getting milked. Now again, see, I actually don't like that Alex hasn't just got it in at some point. Charles has shown ridiculous strength to get this far, and he's actually let him keep some chips. Which is scandalous, to be honest.
Yes.
It's scandalous to let him keep chips there. He gets it in pre, he gets it in on the flop, he gets it in on the turn. He's let that board get scary enough that... and I don't think, again, sorry, I want to make an important distinction here. Against a really aggressive opponent, that's not a bad line because there's a lot of bluffs and light hands in his range. Against a tight opponent who's been the one limping in sometimes, who's been the one being very cautious, when you get 3-bet or when you get 3-bet call and then you see them firing out, you know it's going in. You get the chips in with them and you're going to get it all. You got the aces, he's probably got the queens or the jacks or the kings and he's going with you. You're blocking ace king and ace queen with your aces, so he's probably not got those hands too often.
Yeah.
So I think he's left something behind there as Alex, even though he's picked up a nice stack.
9-3-3, here's the flop. Check, check. Ace of spades on the turn. Check, check. Jack of diamonds, no bet on the turn from Charles. No bet on the river from Charles. Ah, he does stick in 10k. And that will just about do it anyway. Any bet was big enough. So 20 minutes to go until the clock is paused, and then we heard the shout in the background of 4 more hands. Oops. Oh. The dealer's lost a Madonna headset. What's happened here then? Uh-oh. What's happened here then? We'll just wait for Dave to get back into place, as he thinks the headset might have lost its power. I got the power! So seat 4 closes. If you hear the dealer shouting, not really shouting, but it looks like the headset has stopped working. The boots again, this time over to Adrian in seat number 7. Sees a flop of Jack 8-3. That's 7,000. Call from seat number 2. 10 of diamonds. A bit more equity for Paul in seat 2. Bet of 18 from MNP and a call. Now will this get MNP? What does he do? Adrian in seat 7. That bet on the river is correct. The 12,000 is very small. No, you can have it. Adrian takes one in.
This is first off, first serve. So round 1 using 10 players.
So 3,000, 6,000, big blind ante of 6,000, the last level of the night. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's been an awesome day. Thanks to David Lappin, who's just gone for a wander. I'm guessing there's a few people bagging up down in the room. thanks to David for being with us all day long, being superb, helping us out. He is playing day 1B tomorrow. Hopefully Dara's bagged a stack and he's going to be helping us out in the comms from 12:30. Make them odd, you're not wrong. It started to, we must have seen 20 pairs of aces today. It has been incredible. Andy Black had a re-entry. I'm not really sure if he's made day 2. Let's have a look at the last count. Was Andy Black still in? No was the answer.
Sorry, I had to pay me debts. But I did
you had to pay the debts?
I had to get a few. Well, I bought pieces of people, so I had to go pay them. But I did manage to get a few stacks as I went round. So
you had to pay the debts. Sorry, buddy.
So I don't think this spoils the space-time continuum, because obviously otherwise you don't know what's going on other tables. So I can give final stack counts from outer tables. That's probably a reasonable thing to do, is it? Okay, so Dara O'Kearney, who we watched play earlier on today, finished with 255. He had a few nasty ones, he said. Nick Newport, who was on our first feature table of the day, bagged up 190k. Andy Black bagged up a whopping 540k.
Get out.
He was on Sam Banham's table as well, who I saw bagged up some amount. I don't know how much. It looked like a decent stack, but I didn't get a count off him. Cahill Shine, who we saw basically tread water and just rock 100k the whole way through, actually managed to get a bit of a spin going and bagged up 320k at the end.
Nice.
Jay O'Toole, who you might remember, I gave a bit of shtick to for how he played the Kings on our first feature table. But I also complimented on how he got the King Jack through the Ace King and a few other hands like that. He managed to bag up 330k, fair play to him. The Bell Badger, who I knew fluctuated from 100k to 200 all the way down to 50 to finish with 335k, so excellent last couple of levels for him. But top of the pops here, and I don't think he's going to be bested, Dave Masters bagged up 730k.
730,000 we reckon is chip leader.
Yeah.
Did we see Paul Hanna?
No, I didn't catch that.
No.
So no spoilers. I did catch a couple of the stacks of the people who walked off our feature table in the future, but I didn't. I'm not going to share that with you. We're going to watch this one play out.
Did Joey back up, you said?
Did you?
Joey.
I reckon he
Joey Vitelli.
I reckon he did, but I can't confirm nor deny because he was gone. He's either eliminated or he bagged and left very fast.
Yeah. Full chip counts will be up on the Irish Poker Series website and Facebook as well, if you're following the Irish Poker Series online. Yeah, Joey Vitelli, he was giving us a TV programme to watch. He was great. we got the word that there might be fireworks, and there certainly
they were promised. Yeah.
So just over 10 minutes to go until the clock is paused for a certain number of hands. We know that number is 4, as it was shouted by Glenn on the tannoy. Can't really block that out from the live stream.
Paul Leckie 3-betting with the jacks here. Alex with the ace-5 suited. Can't really do anything other than fold. He could shove it in here. Ace-5 suited does tend to be one of those pretty hands that people go crazy with, but Paul, when he 3-bets to 40k off a 124k stack, probably going nowhere. And yes, Alex decides discretion is the better part of valor.
Yeah, Joey 30 minutes ago had 362,000. So going along nicely.
Yes, I imagine he bagged up most of those then. Looks like our satellite's down to one table. As we know, they're giving away 7 seats and 8 get some money, so that's probably
that could be the
pretty
bubble.
Much the bubble.
Yeah.
Glad to see Noel O'Brien, I should say. Noel O'Brien's still in the mix. So, good chance he's going to pick up a seat tonight. Always nice to get in on the cheap.
It sure is.
You can say that, can't you? We do actually have some news. We found out some terrible news from the outer tables.
We do. Half an hour ago, Joey Vitelli had 362,000. He's just been eliminated.
He's been busted.
So do we reckon he was on the same table as David Masters then?
No, he wasn't on Dave Masters' table. He was on Colin Shine's table, which was also Kevin Killeen's table. Kevin Killeen is bust as well.
Yeah.
So the chips went somewhere there. Cahill obviously did manage to pick up 250k, so he might have got a few of them, but it doesn't sound like he got all of them. And Ed O'Carroll with the 3-bet with the ace-9 suited here. He's going to get the job done here. Hijack open with the king 3 off from Peter. Stepping out a little bit out of line.
Official number today was 122.
Oh, we went back one, did we?
We went back one.
Okay, well.
Still 99.8% bang on. I'm giving you the credit.
There we go.
We said that bang
so we have to get me. So what did I say for tomorrow? 252.
You did.
Okay, 252 tomorrow, please. And I'm willing to do up to 4 of those buy-ins myself. So, a well-timed 3-bet that last hand from Annette with the ace-9 suited. Got the job done. Action this hand all the way around to Charles, who's going to have a little tank with the 5-4 for no particular reason. Oh, and Adrian, a real hand on the button here, ace-queen suited. Doesn't need to have anything nearly this strong, and in fact this is an amazing spot for a light 3-bet here from the small. No. Alex going to make the call. Or maybe more. We don't know Alex is holding yet, but...
Is that a raise to 30,000?
No, not yet. We have an open. We have a fold of king 10 actually, which was a reasonable 3-bet shoving spot in fairness, but he thought better of it, and good job he did. Alex with the 7-8, happy to flat. He's at the bad end of this gutter. Adrian got a gutter to the good end, and top pair, top kicker. Just going to throw out something very small here. I would have thought maybe in the region of 10k, 8k even. Love Adrian's sizing, gotta say. Excellent bet sizer. Rohan, 100% of hands that have gone to showdown. Well, I think that might be one of one hand.
Yes. Yeah.
Paul with the pocket sevens. Gonna open things up off his 30 big blind stack. Oh, so Charles is just, I don't know if he's just tanking now to try and get to the day 2 a bit sooner. A little annoying, gotta say now. Obviously the 4-3 suited, from what we've seen from Charles, is going in the muck every single time.
Yep.
He's just taken 15 or 20 seconds off all of our lives. Adrian with the call.
Yeah, there are some hands where you don't even have to count to 10 in your head.
Okay, guys, we've got one seat left.
Not even Alex is going to play this 7 deuce, I predict.
Okay, round 1 is sold out. We're now taking names for round 2.
Pocket sevens for Paul up against Adrian's ace jack here. Ace jack's got the gutter, the backdoor flush draw, overcard. Lots of reasons to be happy. Paul's bet 11. Adrian's going to flat him all day here. Paul's almost certainly going to stick the brakes on the turn, and Adrian's going to use the power position to win this one. Well, or he's going to hit the turn.
Or he's going to hit the turn and completely change it around.
He's not going to bet it now, I don't think. Don't see any point in betting. Oh, okay.
Well,
I thought we might see a little
15,000.
cheeky check back. Try and induce a river bet. I'll do the job just the same.
5 minutes to go until the clock is paused. The Midnight Madness is on. I heard round 2 shouting.
Yeah, it's
What that one is in it?
It's 12 past midnight.
There's no clock anywhere. I don't suppose they need one, do they? For a one-hand Omaha.
Yeah, I don't think the clock comes into play.
How many runners did they get into the €10 Midnight Madness? That's what I need to find out. One-hand Omaha. Progress to a final, winner takes all. That's the kind of level we're at.
That's it.
Even if you don't play Omaha, you could play it.
Yeah,
just throw in €10.
No skill at all. Adrian opening things up here, Queen 9 off from the hijack. Looks like he wants to lean into these guys now going into the last few hands of the night. Often we'll see it from a big stack. Maybe feels like some of these guys, maybe not all of them, but some of these guys behind him are happy to make tight folds and get to day 2. Alex is one of those guys though, and Alex is probably going to 3-bet the button here.
Dara O'Kearney, bagging up chunks, is come to tell us. What we bagged up, son?
255.
255.
This man here, Adrian.
The heady height, well, he's on telly. Look at that, the Queen 9.
Oh, I won't tell you what he's bagged up then. Because
Well, that's an action flop there, Paul. In the big blinds, got open ender. Adrian has flopped best with Queen 9, and Alex capable of a float here with the ace jack. I wouldn't be surprised. I would have expected him to 3-bet this hand pre, so the fact that he hasn't 3-betted it might mean that he's going to stick around with an optimistic but creative float. No.
Alex does make the call with the overs.
It creates an interesting spot for Lecky here.
That's paint.
He gets some an excellent price. Yeah, it is painted. Is it a queen or a jack?
It is. There's the Queen of Spades. Just trying to find out. Press the button. Press that call button, please.
We've been reliably informed it's a jack, so Alex's float is Managed to find its way to the best hand now on the turn.
The Jack of Spades.
You're not in love with your Jack here once Paul calls. Paul can have all sorts of 7Xs in his range. You can have 10-8.
Alex Mitch, 30,000.
Calls nonetheless, and Adrian has to call here.
Yep, 30,000 is the bot call.
He doesn't have to call the river though, so let's see what happens.
5 of clubs.
Paul would have got there.
He would indeed.
And now Adrian getting his study on here. Alex, who we've seen play quite creatively against Annette in an earlier pot, has obviously found his way to a pretty strong hand here, but it will be a pretty well disguised hand. I don't think Adrian will be putting too many ace jacks into his range, although it's not impossible. Certainly some Jack X of hearts, certainly some Jack 10s. That all makes good sense.
Better 75,000.
And it is obviously possible as well that Alex can have the 7. Draws have all got there, except the hearts. That's the one Adrian may be hoping, maybe doing a bit of combo counting right now. I think he's going to find the fold.
So in the tank.
Not an easy one. This is wafer thin here. Sizing is exactly half pot, so it does sniff of value. Soaking up all the TV time, Adrian, as he's deep in the tank here.
Romanian playboy. Romanians and their swarthy good looks.
I think he's going to make a really, really good fold here.
Yeah.
Oh no, he's not.
He isn't. He pays him off. Alex has been so impressive today, and he's up to 465,000. The final 4 hands have been announced.
Yeah,
So we will be dealing 1 of 4 very shortly. The final 4.
really tough spot for Adrian there. I gotta say, Ace Jack. Can't think there was too many Ace Jacks in the range that Adrian was trying to put together. There was certainly some Jack 10s. There was certainly some Jack X of hearts. There were some 7s, of course, too. But there were lots of missed flush draws. Maybe some random floats too, given the creativity we've seen from Alex as well. Tough spot.
So this is 1 of 4.
So 4 more hands. Annette O'Carroll proudly wearing her chip race patch on her forearm. The only chip race guest at this table. We've had lots of them today.
So raised to 14. Charles with the hooks.
Well, this could be trouble.
That's the quickest he's moved.
Well, yeah, this is Charles, who was tanking, the last 7 hands in a row when he was looking down at 5-3. Is now that it's 4 more hands, he's suddenly, found the will to put some chips in the pot quicker.
And instantly calls.
Hate to see it. I just hate to see gratuitous tanking. Desperate. Anyone who knows me knows that's one of my real pet peeves. Anyone just stalling away there.
So Peter makes up the big blind and sees a flop of ace, queen, 10.
Not too shabby for Mr. Carroll. Charles may not go away here. He does have the gutter to go with, although we have seen him make very, very tight folds all day today, so maybe he'll just express no interest in this one.
Peter checks, and that makes bet 16. The hook snap fold. No thinking, no tanking. I'm out of there. And 1 of 4 over with. Annette gets back involved. Now we're on 2 of 4.
Well, she got caught with her hand in the cookie jar there with the ace-8 of diamonds. It seems like a long time ago now against Alex, but apart from that, not a foot wrong.
Nope.
She put manners on the other Alex, admittedly with the nuts. She still put manners on him earlier on. Well, I'm delighted to see that despite all the tanking, he is going to pay his big blind here before we finish.
I'm not getting a free round.
No. That may have been what he was at, actually. He may have been hoping to be like three. If it had been three more hands, he'd have got there. Hate to see it.
So Peter in seat 3 raises to 15,000. And that's 2 of 4 done. We are now on 3 of 4. Adrian gets out of the way, as you would. Yep, all folding round in turn. Round at seat 2, Mr. Leckie. And bets it, makes it 15,000.
And that gets the job done.
That will do it. We are on the final hand, Mr. David. Thanks for your company all day, sir.
Oh, it's been my pleasure, to be honest.
Really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed today. It's been some great play. Alex Skulev, 463,000, one of the chip leaders. But we know somebody has bagged up 740,000.
Yeah, Dave Masters with 740,000.
Awesome.
It's got to be said, an amazing string of results for Masters over the years. Another person I've known for about a decade now in Irish poker, and I think he was here a lot longer than that, notching up big results on the Irish poker scene. So he's put himself in a very good spot now too.
So any action before we finish? It's all folding round in turn. We have the dulcet tones of Mr. Dana O'Kearney tomorrow. The Doak will be in the building.
You looking forward to that?
Absolutely. Don't know what he's doing now. Should be getting a good night's sleep. Going for a 10k run before he comes and joins us.
That's it.
No doubt about it.
So Annette's raised it up here with the ace deuce off. Adrian's got a compulsory defend here with suited king. And did Peter limp?
It looks like Peter limped in
Peter, who hasn't been at the table for almost any of this feature table. He's arrived in late. Has decided he wants to get some TV time with the 4-3-0.
10-4-6.
Well,
so Adrian jumps to the lead.
Yeah, interesting to see whether Annette fires out on this one. Not the best board for her. Oh no, sorry, Peter's taken that option away. He's actually led into her with the 4-3. Definitely wants some TV time, and let's get out of the way. And Adrian's gonna look Peter up. Lots of 10x's in Peter's range that might do this. Maybe some flush draws, but it's a very funky line. Limp call and now lead.
Queen of diamonds on the turn.
This feels like a man after some TV time. It might work. It might work, 52k, not something that I feel Adrian wants to face right now. No.
It does indeed.
So Peter gets his little moment, his 15 minutes of fame.
Excellent stuff. Thanks to David Lappin for a full 12 hours of live stream. We will see you again tomorrow. It looks like round about 46 have made it through to day 2. Full chip counts on Irish Poker Series and on their Facebook page as well. Tune in tomorrow from 12:30 at the Tower with Dara, and looking forward to a fabulous and a busy day 2. Thanks for David Lappin. We will see you all from the Bonington Hotel at 12:30. Catch you then.